Welcome back to another video, and for the new guys who are watching these videos and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It is basically free and it helps me out a lot. Many people have jumped into shooting their videos in 4K, and even clients these days know that 4K exists and they normally ask if their videos are going to be shot in 4K. So, as you've seen in the title of the video, today we are going to be talking about the difference between 4K video and 1080p video, and if we can actually see the difference with our naked eyes. Well, I do not disagree that 4K is better than 1080p in some ways. I don't doubt that at all. But the question I want to ask you is, can you spot the difference between 1080p and 4K when someone comes with a video sequence that has been shot in both dimensions? Let's talk about that. And I would like you to look at the sequence and try and figure out which video was actually shot in 4K and which clip was actually shot in 1080p. And please share your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm the one who shot those clips, but even I could not figure out which was shot in 4K and which one was shot in 1080p. I had to go into the properties of each video so that I can even figure out which is 4K and which is 1080p. So let me help you out a little bit. I'm going to label each clip with its respective dimension, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be surprised in which is 4K and which is 1080p. I was super surprised on how similar all the clips looked. I hear many people complaining that I do not have a 4K camera, so I cannot shoot a good quality video similar to yours. I also used to frustrate myself a lot because I used to shoot with DSLR cameras that only shot in 1080p, and I used to tell myself that once I get a 4K camera, my videos are going to improve in quality in a very significant way. And yes, the quality did improve, but I cannot attribute that fact to the camera. I can actually attribute that fact to the increase in knowledge that I got over time, basically the experience that I've had in this industry. But from today's test, I've actually proven to myself, and I hope I'm going to prove to you, that you do not need 4K for you to produce good quality video. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there's no difference between these two clips, because there is, but it is very small. I can even call it insignificant. The insignificance especially comes when we upload these videos online, let's say on social media or on YouTube and stuff. The compression that is on these platforms usually makes each video look the same. So yeah. So let me throw a disclaimer in there. This video is not to put down or bash the people who shoot in 4K, or the people who already have cameras that can shoot in 4K, or the people who already have computers that can handle 4K footage. I'm not here for that. I'm making this video to encourage the guys who are frustrating themselves because they cannot access a 4K camera, or they cannot access a computer that can handle 4K footage. I'm here for you guys. I'm trying to tell you that you do not need all that to make good quality videos. You only need to use and try and improve the knowledge that you have on the things that you already have. I would like you guys to stop focusing on the camera itself because that distracts you from the most important thing. Turn your focus towards the most important things when it comes to filmmaking. I would like you to focus on improving your lighting. I would like you to focus on improving or discovering new camera angles. I would like you to focus on mastering your camera settings. I would like you to focus on your storytelling abilities. I would like you to focus on your editing abilities. I would like you to focus on your color grading abilities. If you do that, trust me, you'll be okay. Because how many people do we see out there shooting their videos with phones, shooting their videos with simple GoPro cameras, but their videos tend to get more traction, or their videos become even more interesting to watch and more captivating, and they can capture a bigger audience compared to someone with even a red camera, or with someone with even a Sony a7S III. Come on, stop focusing on the camera. 4K has its advantages and it has its place, and let me share with you some of its advantages. One of the advantages of shooting in 4K is you'll get a little bit more detail, especially when it comes to the close-up shots, and that is a good thing. The second benefit that I get in shooting in 4K is basically the ability to be able to scale in and scale out your videos when editing. This will help you, especially in the situations where you didn't have a gimbal, to be able to move your camera in or out. You can do it in the software by zooming in and zooming out without losing any quality. But you cannot do that with 1080p footage. Benefit number 3 is basically when it comes to color grading. I've noticed that 4K footage tends to hold color grades a little bit better because, as I said previously, you have a little bit more detail in your footage. So 4K footage holds color grading better. When it goes to 1080p, it tends to fall apart if you push and pull the color grade a little bit too far. Something else that I think is significant for this video that I would like to share with you is the difference in 4K from different devices. For example, 4K from a phone is different from 4K from a mirrorless camera. They look totally different. The camera 4K will look a little bit better than the phone 4K. And also, 4K from a cinema camera will look a little bit better than 4K from a mirrorless camera. And the reason why this is because a phone has a smaller sensor compared to a mirrorless camera. Another reason is the bitrate that these different devices contain. So you'll basically see the difference. When you shoot a 4K video with a phone and a 1080p video with a camera, I 100% guarantee you that the 1080p that has been shot with the camera will look way better compared to the 4K video that was shot on a phone. So when it comes to the look of the video, 4K and 1080p comparisons is not something to really dwell on. There are much more things that you really need to dive into for you to better the quality of your videos. Thank you for your audience. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. And please don't forget to share, comment, and like this video. It helps me when it comes to the algorithm. And for the newbies, please subscribe. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. It's free. Goodbye.